Hello and welcome to video on one-to-many relationships. To understand more about these relationships, let us take a hypothetical scenario at Udemy. Now there are millions of students who are enrolling into multiple courses which are being sold at Udemy. To record enrollment details, it might maintain two tables. First one is students table which contains details about students, and second is sales table which contains details about enrollment done by students in various courses. Now we would like to create a relationship between these tables so as to perform our analysis. In these situations, you can notice that one student can enroll into one or multiple courses at one go itself or individual courses at different times during a particular period. Thus, we will have a course name and student's name appearing many times during the period. Here, sales table will contain details about each enrollment by student for a single course or multiple courses. Thus, it will be a fact table for us and it will be on the many side of our relationships. Now, going back to our students table, you can notice that each student is given only one single ID. It is like one student will have only one ID and also one ID can be given to only one student. A single student can't have multiple IDs or vice versa. If we don't follow this rule, then we will have a conflict and we won't be able to locate the appropriate information about the students. Thus, this students table is on one side of our relationships. Now, to create relationships, we would need to identify common field between these both the tables. We can see that in both the tables, we have a common field named as student ID. So now using this field, we will be creating relationships which will be called as one-to-many relationships between students table on one side and sales table on the many side. Now you can also find a kind of a relationships like many to one. It just depends on the form where you are starting. So currently, if you see, we are starting from the students table. So it is one-to-many relationships. In Power BI, you can create only this type of relationships between tables. We will see more about creating relationships in Power BI shortly in later part of this course. So stay tuned. If you encounter any other type of scenario, then you would need to create additional tables which can be used to create one-to-many relationships between the tables. More on this in later part of the course. So I hope it is now clear to you what will be one-to-many relationships. So let us learn about many-to-many relationships in next video.